a lot of people that were involved in The Office are also involved with this, and so I think it kind of feels almost like I feel like if you enjoyed The Office, you will enjoy this as well.
It is great to meet you guys. I'm so excited to talk to you about this show. So, Caitlin, you've been steadily making a name for yourself in the world of comedy with stuff like Hacks and Loot. I'm curious what it was about this project in particular that really sparked your interest and made you want to be a part of it.
Listen, it was offer only, and I just really wanted to be a part of a project that I knew would really sing. No, I'm kidding. I got the audition, and I was just super, super excited because I'm such a fan of Mike Judge and Zach. And I just thought it was such a brilliant idea. And the script was the funniest thing I've ever read in quite literally in my entire life. So I immediately did put myself on tape for it, and then I really hoped that they would hire me, and they did. That was it, really. I'm like honestly honored to be a part of this show and to be a part of this cast. It's my favorite thing.
Charlie, you as well. You've really been making a name for yourself lately with stuff like your work in Percy Jackson, which I love, by the way.
Oh,
But
thank you.
this project is a lot different from the things you've done in the past, I feel like. For
Yes.
you, what was it that really drew you to this show?
I think similar to Caitlin, just like the people involved, you know. I yeah, like Caitlin, I read for it and I sent in a tape, and then I met with Zach Woods and Brandon Gardner, and we did a Zoom call, and even that, like right off the bat, like we were just dying laughing on the Zoom call as we were discussing the story and the character, and you know, doing the scenes. And then of course I found out like Mike Judge and Greg Daniels were involved, and I'm a huge fan of The Office, probably one of my favorite shows of all time. And so that was definitely like a big part of it for me. Yeah, and that was the thing, like, you know, in the know is it's obviously like a workplace comedy, and you know, a lot of people that were involved in The Office are also involved with this, and so I think it kind of feels almost like I feel like if you enjoyed The Office, you will enjoy this as well. And that was, like Caitlin said, it was also just hilarious. Like reading the script was one of the funniest things I've ever read. So
And for both of you guys, I believe this marks your debut into the voice acting realm. What has
mhm.
that transition been like for you guys? How do you feel it compares to your live acting?
It is something I have always wanted to do. I've always been fascinated by voice acting, and I really, really wanted to get into it. And I started, auditioning for voiceover jobs here and there. And I truly feel so lucky to be a part of such like an original, interesting, brilliant show. And the process of working, I mean, when I first met Charlie, we had like what, 10 hour, how long? A 9 hour day or a 8 hour day of just recording as much as we could. And it's so much fun. It feels like summer camp, but you're getting paid, which is great. But it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was a lot of recording, but I think right off the bat too, like I feel like we just sat around a table and just talked for a long
Yeah.
time, ate food, and got to know each other, which really helped with the chemistry as well. And yeah, it was definitely my first voiceover experience too, which was a whole new world for me. Um, and what surprised me the most was how quick of a process it is, because like, you know, on screen, like live action stuff, like, you know, we basically got through most of the season in like 2 days. Of
Yeah.
course, all this back to do like, you know, individually for touch ups and all of that. But, um, you know, for live action, you can spend like 2 days on one scene. So that was definitely a new thing for me, but it was so much fun. And I hope we can continue to do it.
I had mentioned Percy Jackson, and I would love to just know your character is this sort of false ally for Percy. I hope that's not a spoiler for anyone watching this. And
Yeah.
I'm curious what it's like from a performer's standpoint to sort of balance knowing where that relationship is going to go in the future, but playing it in the present scene?
It's definitely tough because, of course, fans of the books like know what's coming, but at the same time, there are new viewers who are watching the show who've never read the books. So you really have to, again, I can't say too much because I don't know when these interviews are going to air, but you do have to really play it off as if I mean, at this point, Luke is just like he's a good friend of Percy, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just best buds. So
Charlie, I auditioned for that part, but I'm glad you got it. So
they missed out.
But I was up for it. It was I almost got it.
I heard about that actually.
Yeah.